like they're related to everybody else, but they're related as far as I can see it. There was a thing that Black TV had did about like that battle in 2012, the battle, and so with disaster, and Swiss, Vlad was asking Swiss just like what he did with the Primo thing, same thing, instigating and asking, questions from left field that he knew, were, they of course, questions that were loaded. And so he asked Swiss what he thought, and he was trying to sort of like push Swiss in the direction. And, I haven't seen Swiss or talked to Swiss in years. I'm talking about, more than a decade. And, it was a heartfelt response that Swift gave. And it choked me up a little bit to see how he responded to it. He said something to the effect that, you don't know what's going through that man's mind. He was speaking about me. He was saying, you don't know what's going through his mind. I was standing there with stitches in my head, shoulder banged up. You understand what I'm saying? And Swiss said what nobody in hip hop said. He took that moment to say what nobody else said, and I felt like exactly that's somebody that's speaking on it the way that it is, and not just the way that like the media machine will be trying to push him.
Yeah.
And so I salute him for that. But that's the same thing when I say all that to say this: don't get on the interview, don't get on your little interview shit, start asking questions that's going to create problems for Matt and problems for anybody else later on down the line. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting over here in the UK, you're comfortable, everything's good with you, and you just want to ask questions that's going to, offset, maybe a reconciliation. Maybe Walls could get on Almighty 3. Because we all men. We all go through our ups and downs. You don't know what's going through everybody's mind. You gotta give men a chance to mend their differences and come together. You can't just keep pushing them to like you're trying to throw them in the pit all the time.
Yeah.
Because then it's your fault. Then it's your fault. Then you're responsible for what happened.
But everybody was banging our door down. Get Disaster on. Talk to Disaster. Talk about what happened. Talk about this. We never mentioned it once. You can check back through every show. I didn't see it was necessary to do that, and that's what I'm saying, Biss. We don't do that on Conspiracy. I know you've just said that.
The thing is, and I'm not going to derail anything or, take it in another direction because this is all about Almighty. It's just that, imagine how I'm looking at it like, damn, the Diz and the whole TO, that whole team and all, and because I never spoke on it. I've been silent the entire time. And the reason why is because I want to give them time to see how, what you think. You think, you think that by kicking dirt, like after everything's already said and done, you think about kicking dirt, you think that you're gonna rise to, you're gonna rise up beyond what you came up listening to? Like, how is that possible? We all, whether we realize it or not, we all moving as one unit. I've been talking about this for a long time, and people just don't seem to, they can't get it. They think that facing off with each other till the end of time is going to get us anywhere, and it's not. It's just going to allow a third party or arbitrary party to come in and take over. And that's happened already,
Yeah.
That's happened already. I looked at it and I said, damn, when I stepped in and got to get to, I said, all right, I'm going to jump in this battle, I'm going to do the damn thing. Like, yeah, I put a lot of work in. It might not have looked like it, but I did. Now, how I was able to perform it, I mean, somebody got to be in my shoes to see what it was that was prohibiting me from being able to be on, informed. But I'm talking about how it was handled afterwards. Like, it seemed like, like the whole game was trying to, I don't know, man, like, get back at me for something. I don't know, And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, damn, that was your chance to turn it into a situation where me and Matt talk about it a lot of times, because that's Steve Rifkin Jr., And we had plans that went beyond us for for the battle, for the whole battle circuit, because there's a lot of MCs out there that, you know, they're unknown outside of that little battle circuit. And so what we were trying to do is like set some sort of an example to show people, hey, you know, if y'all, you know, the vets can get in here and you know, and you know, get busy with these little rumble sharks. You know, get busy with these little rumble fish we can come up with, and then, you know, then it'll go global. Then it'll blow up, you know? And then these little MCs gonna get an opportunity to really shine in a way that they could have only dreamed about doing it before. And that's what the plan was. You know, and I think that there were people that were further up in the chain of command that realized that, hold up, man, if we allow them to, you know, sort of really turn it into something where it's good sportsmanship, you know, they might really make something where they don't need us no more. You know, they don't need to have the big production budgets and this, that, and the third. They'll be able to have vets come in here and just work out with it, you know, because with these unknowns, you know, these youngins don't get it. It's like, you know, sometimes you need the blessing from the OGs and the double OGs in order to move forward. You know, sometimes you need that blessing from them. And if you know, if you're brazen enough to think you don't need their blessing, you at least gonna need them to get their boot off your neck, you know, at one point or another. You know, so yeah, I just leave it at that. But we had bigger plans after that. But it's like that team didn't seem like they wanted it to. They thought maybe that they were gonna take it from there and be, you know, I don't know, like, you know, Aftermath and sell 20 million records. I don't know what they was thinking. You know, anybody that went on YouTube and was running their mouth, I don't know what they was thinking. You know, because I didn't see nothing happen from it. What they did, I didn't see nothing happen from it. I mean, Matt can tell you we had phone calls from big dogs telling us what they was going to do, this, that, and the third, and they didn't do nothing. Nobody did nothing. So, you know, I'll leave it at that. Yeah. One day y'all get it, though. One day y'all get it. Y'all understand, you know, y'all understand the holes that you're digging. You know, one day.
The response to what happened went beyond, and you're right, I feel this as well, it went beyond the incident, it went to you. That's where it went. Everything seemed, from what I could see, was challenged.
Right, it was like a lot of energy aimed at, like, crushing how I saw my legacy or what have you. And that wasn't the point. That wasn't the point. That was already on the table. I already put that on the table by agreeing to it and stepping into it. I already put that on the table. But what I want to know is, as opposed to people looking at what I did, what did the rest of the game do in order to advance, like the art form, is what I'm asking. Where are the rest of the Warriors? And I'm not calling them out, but, you know, if Kendrick Lamar can get on the track and run his mouth about the game, then why I can't say what the fuck I want to say, you know? He called them out, too. He said, hey, man, y'all need to step it up. Y'all need to do this, that, and the third. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm the king of New York. Woof, woof, woof. That's right, you know?
Yeah.
And it seems like when artists come out and they start talking like that, people don't want to hear it. Everybody sidestep it, try to step over it, and don't realize that that's the crux of your victory right there. You know, it's each one, teach one.
Definitely.
We all in it together.
Exactly.
Regardless.
And that's what you prove with the Almighty. You prove that with that project, that people can come together, that you can have unity, power in numbers.
I got excited. Nino said it. Nino echoed what I said. We was excited, man. When when somebody say, hey, yo, G-Rap, something like that on the track, and he sent me the track, and I get to hear his vocals, it made me feel like a kid again, man. It made me feel like I'm in my teens.
Yeah, and that's that's the power.
And once you get up there in age, you start to, when you get the little feelings, you get the little energies and stuff like that, it's rare. You know, you get the little bursts of energy, it's rare, because you feel like, yo, man, shit, 89, feel like it was 89, 91, 92. These little youngers will never get a chance to experience that kind of energy. Their energy is different. And they rebuilding it. I guess they rebuilding like the tower in their own way. You know, I'm taking up too much time, saying too much, but yeah, I appreciate when y'all just just get an artist some wiggle room. Give them some wiggle room to have their differences, and we all still love each other, man. It ain't nothing. Nobody lose no sleep over that stuff for real. That ain't nothing to lose sleep over, man. The world is it's a complicated place, especially now. And y'all see it. Y'all see it all around you. Everybody fighting, all the different parties and groups and sects are all fragmented. All the different sections of society and sectors, they're all fragmented, fighting. They at each other's throats. And so, we should try to take a little different route, because you see that don't get you nowhere. All that gets is stalemate and shut down.
Yeah, I think that word was something that definitely after that disaster battle, anybody else, I think it would have been gone maybe a week. And then after that, of course, we saw just an onslaught. And it was the opportunity for so many artists to just, score points and become famous themselves once more again. And I was disgusted by it. We never mentioned it once on the show. Let's talk positive, though, man, because Rip the Jacket 2 is something that people have been waiting for. They're still waiting for. What's the status with that at the moment?
Well, that record... as people, as you know, or maybe you don't, but I've been saying it for quite some time, that's my last record. So, that's got more substance on it than I've had on any of my records. And, when I released that album, that's it. That's all she wrote. And so, I'm not rushing it because of, just every time I complete a different batch, there's always somewhere else that I could go with it, and then I explore those chambers and come out with something that I'm pleased with, and then something else, another Pandora's box open up. So I jumped to that one, different types of just different things that you could do sonically with the sounds and the mixes and stuff, and that's it, man. That's my last record. And in the meantime, I got other projects I'm working on, other artists like, the Mark D's, the Crisis Music. I got another record with M80 that I'm doing. And the JP Beats, got a record I'm banging out with them.
I can tell fans this. They're going to have a new Cannabis album, first quarter 2015. And
once again, like, that's what I want. I want y'all to know, it's not like the way that I'm writing now and what I'm doing, it's not so much me no more, my experience, because my life is really, it's just regimented and normal. There's a lot of normalcy, in my life. I'm not struggling to get out of the artist phase no more. I am completely out of the artist phase, of my life. I'm not really... I be on the plantation, every day, get it in. Music is a hobby, it's a recreational thing. It does not pay these bills. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
And so, and for years it wasn't like that. I mean, for years it wasn't like that, man. I was touring and doing things and on the road. Not as big as the biggest artists, of course, but I was getting it in, man. Different things, and all that's changed. And so now when I sit down and I pen these rhymes, I'm speaking more like how I was with Rip the Jacket 2, just from an extroverted position, just speaking about things, having so the opinions are not opinions of my own, they're more so like a collective opinion with a cannabis tint. And so I enjoy writing that way, because then it's not really something that, if things don't really pan out how you visualizing it, it's not because you didn't see it that way, it's because the world changed. And, and that's what makes it historic to me anyway.
Listen, I want to say congratulations to all three of you, and of course all the other members as well who aren't with us tonight for this album, The Almighty. We look forward to all the projects you outlined as well, M80, from the other artists, some which aren't on the line as well. And we want to thank all three of you for taking the time out. It really has been special tonight. It's been as special as the album itself. Really been an epic chat with all three of you. So thank you for taking the time out once again.
And Montana, if you don't mind, if I can plug something.